today we're talking the secret sauce to getting everything that you desire and more today on the podcast. So, hello. It is time to wake up and be wealthy and live your best life. And in order to live our best life, we've got to make some big ass moves because in order to have something extraordinary, you can't do ordinary things, right? I just made up that quote, but I really do believe it. Like, you get to uniquely be you and really discover what your secret sauce is, which we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about my secret sauce and just really get you excited about your business again on a whole new level. Shout out to our podcast sponsor today, which is a dear friend, a client in our mastermind, Kristen Rourke. She is known as the Busy Mom Bod, and she's really helping busy moms reconnect with themselves and feel their very best. It's not always about the number on the scale. It's about having the energy to live your life, to run around with your kids and, work towards your business goals too, right? And there's just a lot of energy needed to be a busy mom, right? And so Kristen's on a mission to really help you thrive. So check her out and go to busymombod.com to learn all about Kristen and how she can support you as a busy mama and feel so good in the process. I keep saying to myself, I'm going for the bank account and the body, and it's not necessarily about having a six pack, right? It's just having so much energy, feeling my best, so that way it's not like I am falling over in bed exhausted at the end of the day, right? Like, I want to have enough sustainable energy to still be tired at the end of the day, because that's normal, but not to the point where you're exhausted, not to the point where you're burning out. And so let's talk about the secret sauce. I can't tell you how many coaching calls I've been on with clients, and they're like, just tell me what the secret sauce is. Like, what am I missing? What am I not doing? I feel like people are just leaving out a secret ingredient and not telling me about it. And here is the truth, okay? There is a secret sauce, and you get to discover what your secret sauce is for you, because it is going to be different. And I'm going to talk about mine today, but I want you to really think about different restaurants and what makes them unique. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. I promise that this will connect to you and your secret sauce. But think of Chick-fil-A sauce, right? Or think of Olive Garden and their delicious breadsticks, like that garlicky, buttery, that goodness that's on top of the breadsticks. Or let's think of another one, Texas Roadhouse. If you've been there, they have this cinnamon butter with these fluffy rolls, right? Every restaurant has their unique edge because they have to, right? If they were the cookie cutter all the same, it would be a flood of everyone's the same. I don't know where to go, what to eat, what to do. And you would just pick something that's convenient, right? And so the restaurants that do the best have that secret sauce that's unique to them, that only they have, and therefore it becomes their proprietary product, right? Yours may be your identity, your information, your etc. But at the end of the day, we really get to amplify your uniqueness as your secret sauce, and know that there are plenty of people that will want to buy into that, and it'll organically grow because you've identified your secret sauce and you're owning it and you're loving it, and it feels awesome, right? Think about any sauce. There's a lot of trial and error until they land on the Chick-fil-A sauce, right? Or they land on their secret ingredient, or if you've ever been to Condado, I'm going to make everyone hungry after this episode, but their queso dip, I've never found better queso dip than Condado. And I will specifically go there to get margaritas and queso dip there over other places, because I love their queso dip the best. Do you see what I'm trying to say, right? When you are more unique and you really take the time to discover what your secret sauce is, you can start to own it, refine it, make it better, and then really, once people get a taste of it, they're going to want to come back again and again and again. Okay. Your secret sauce won't just be one thing. It'll be a lot of different ingredients that make it this unique sauce that no one else has. And especially if you're marketing online, this is critical. This gets overlooked so much, but is so important. Unfortunately, you can't just be good at what you do. You get to become a really good marketer on top of being really good at what you do in order for you to build a huge sustainable scaling business. Once we can figure out what that unique secret sauce is, game on. It becomes really, really fun. And I know that this works because I've seen it in my business. I've seen it in my peers' businesses. I've seen it in my clients' businesses. But when you really, I want you to pretend that you're a mad scientist and you're in the laboratory and you're just taking all of these different pieces and parts of you and you're really playing them up and fueling them, or infusing them is the better word I want to use, infusing them into your business to test your secret sauce, right? Some things will land, some things won't, and it's okay. We're not married to anything, but let's just use me as an example, okay? I wear wigs. Not always, but I have wigs. I have a lot of wigs. I don't know how many. I'll have to count, right? So wigs are a part of my secret sauce, and they're unique to me. Do you have to go wear wigs? No, because it wouldn't necessarily be unique to you. And this is why it's so important to really not use somebody else, but really look from within of what makes you uniquely you. And how can we amplify that? How can we infuse that? How can we play it up and really make it the puzzle pieces of your business and start showing the world that too, right? I'm not the only one, but I do sometimes drop an F-bomb, right? I love makeup. I infuse that into my brand, right? I love unicorns. If you know me, you see unicorns, you see pink, right? I'm very girly girl. That is so unique to my authentic self, right? And so we really want to start looking at all of these things as your secret sauce, because they are. And you can also look at different things that you teach, and how you teach it is different than somebody else. And so we can use also those things to infuse, but we can't just look at internal. We've got to look at how we can market you that's so unique and has you as this secret sauce that once people get a taste, they're like, oh, I want more, right? I am a very high vibe, energetic person, and people tell me that all the time. So therefore, I love smiley faces. They make me happy because that's how I feel on the inside. And so shirts that have smiley faces, I've even had smiley faces on my nails. I have earrings that have smiley faces. All of these things really start to become a part of who I am. I love coffee. I have tons of coffee mugs that over the years I've done live streams with them, right? These are things that when they are unique to you, it makes it so easy for you to just show up as you are with that secret sauce and really start to stand out against the crowd, right? And so I want you to start getting an inventory of what makes you different. And are those things infused in your brand? And if they're not, let's pick one at a time and start infusing them. If they are infused, how can we amplify them, right? If you do love coffee, how can we amplify that in your brand? If you love pink, how can we amplify that in your brand? I love GIFs, the movable images. I literally just sent a client an update and I had the most, it made my heart so happy. I had a GIF in there that was just so, I hope it makes them laugh, right? It's a part of who I am. Now, if I was a boring accountant and I did that, it would be a little off brand, right? And so when it's so true to us and authentically us, we create this magical experience for people that truly becomes unforgettable, that they just want more, right? And they may not always be able to pinpoint it, but think of who you really love to follow on social media, to the point where you're searching for their name and looking at their content because the algorithm hasn't picked it up in the feed yet, right? Or it got pushed down. There's a reason why you're doing that. And more than likely, they have already developed and harnessed and mastered their secret sauce, and you are hooked. You can't get enough, right? It's kind of like Girl Scout cookies. People can't get enough of them. Or Starbucks, right? these big brands that are so unique and so powerful are because they are unapologetically themselves and they're so good at marketing it, right? And equally they have a great product. That is important also, but I already know if you're listening, you're already good at what you do. And so there's this gap because you're frustrated because you're like, I'm so good at what I do. Why do I not have the level of sales that I really, really desire? You get to become an amazing, phenomenal marketer. And there's so much room for growth, which I do understand can be overwhelming, but it's not an excuse not to play in it, right? There are so many ways that you can master your marketing that is still unique to you, true to you, authentic to you, that feels good to you, but we get to do it, right? There are some people that are not on social that have amazing ads that run for them, but they're not like actively, organically on social. And then they have amazing email automations that help them sell 24/7. That's how they've wanted to market, right? But they've mastered it, right? And so if you don't feel at that level of mastery yet, there's still time. There's still hope. But where attention goes, energy flows. So until we make this a priority, it will continue to stay as this piece of your business that's really frustrating, right? And so I want you to first get an inventory of things that are unique to you, and then let's start incorporating those into your brand and most importantly into your marketing, right? You'll see me a lot of times with wigs, right? That is unique to me. And I don't always put them on, but they are a common thread in my business. Pink, like I mentioned, right? I have a unicorn blow up costume. I have a dinosaur. Like you've seen those in my brand. It's consistently fun, energetic, high vibe, girly girl. Like if I were to sum up my secret sauce, that's it, right? I already know I'm good at what I do. And so once I can garner somebody's attention, give them experience, then we get to work, right? We can't just be good at what we do anymore. Like, unfortunately, there is so much competition. And I don't say that to like frustrate you. I say that to be real with you of like, when you master your marketing and master your secret sauce with your marketing, boom, like all bets are off. Everything's going to start flowing so much faster to you. And then you can do what you love, right? And if marketing feels heavy, enroll some support. It doesn't mean that you're out of your marketing, but it is nice to have some support, ideas, accountability, right? So you're not carrying the whole weight on your shoulders. But please know at the end of the day, your marketing is, you are needed in your marketing, right? There is only one you. You are what is going to build trust with people to the point where they go pull out their credit card and they're ready to buy from you. I was working with somebody as an ADHD client the other day, and she said, I've seen so many people online market themselves as ADHD coaches, but I haven't felt comfortable to the point where I do with you, and I'm working with you, right? That's powerful, right? You don't need a huge following to create a huge business. However, you've got to have some attention, right? So we can drive traffic to your offer. We keep hopping from offer to offer to offer, thinking it's the offer, right? More often than not, it's not the offer. It's the traffic, aka the marketing, aka your unique sauce, your secret sauce that really makes you you. That people just it's magic. They get such a powerful experience. And so you don't have to wear wigs. You don't have to cuss. You don't have to wear pink or have pink in your marketing or any of the other things I've mentioned. We've got to get an inventory of what is your secret sauce and then start infusing it and amplifying it. And over time, it will take time. I'm not going to pretend it won't. It'll take some time. But you'll start to feel so different. And I guarantee you're actually going to enjoy marketing more when it's so true and authentic to you, right? Because it feels playful. It feels fun. You're not feeling like, oh, everyone else is doing reels, so I have to do reels and I have to point and dance. If that's not true to you, do something different. You can still do reels, but maybe you do them in a different way that's unique to you. And guess what? Without you even saying anything, when you are standing in your power and your uniqueness, people will feel it and they'll want to follow you, learn from you, and buy from you. And this does take time. You've got to be patient. You've got to trust the process, But most importantly, like I talk about in so many other podcast episodes, you get to enjoy it. And this will help you enjoy it so much more. I have never had so much fun in my business. Like I've always had fun, don't get me wrong, but I am having the time of my life. Every call that I get on, I look forward to. Every opportunity that I work inside my business, or on my business rather. Like I was building a sales page this morning and listening to a training. It just felt so good. Even doing podcast recording, I do it very different than other people, and it feels good to me. Stop giving away all of your power and listening to how you should do things and copying. I don't want to say copying, but like we forget who we are, and then we like take on all of these other people's identities, and then we're frustrated because they're not working. Like when I used to do reels and I was pointing and doing different things, I'm like, this doesn't feel good. And guess what? I didn't prioritize it because it didn't feel good. So I stopped doing it. A lot of my reels nowadays are repurposed stories that I'm just talking to the camera, aka just talking to one person and loving on you and giving you like a little nugget. And that feels so good. And that stands the test of time of trends anyways, that somebody a year from now that binges my content will still be able to get value from it, and it's not a disconnect, right? Like the pointing, there's a block because I'm not talking with them, right? I'm just pointing, and like it can get a little bit of attention. You can even go viral for stuff like that or doing voiceovers, but it still creates this wedge, right? It may work for you, but for me, it was creating this wedge where it was a waste of time for me. It did not work. It did not feel good. So I didn't prioritize it, but then I shamed myself for not doing it, right? We're not going to do that, right? We're not going to do that. It's not a part of my secret sauce in that way. So I'm not going to include it in my secret sauce, right? And I'm going to really look at what makes me me. That's my unique sauce. That's my secret sauce. I'm going to amplify it and amplify it and amplify it. And it's working so incredibly well. And it feels so, so good. Okay. So get your inventory, start infusing it in your business and amplifying it over time. Trust the process, have fun with it, and know that it is just going to make you stand out and really attract your dream clients to you. And most importantly, create massive wealth and massive impact. They go hand in hand. All right. Make it a great day. I love you. You're the best. And I'll see you on the next episode.